Women's suffrage was basically the result of a cowardice among men in the 1910s, where we placed the burden of politics on women when actually women have the greatest job of all of being mothers and raising the next generation. But when the 19th Amendment was passed, men basically were like, okay, we're going to give you the 19th Amendment, and we're not going to be held responsible for any of the outcomes that come from generations in the future. And that's where we're at today. We owe women a great apology for putting that on them, because women have the greatest job of all of raising the next generation and being mothers. But nowadays, because of the feminist shit that they tell women that being a mother is like oppressive and all this stupid bullshit when it's not. Because I, as a man, I can't fucking make a kid. I can impregnate a woman and I can, be a father, but I can't make a child. And women can. That's been their, great and wonderful job over the past thousands of years, And we placed that burden upon women in the 1910s, and we owe women an apology for that. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry, women. I'm sorry, females, that those men put that on you, because it's not something that you should have ever taken upon yourself. Because basically, governments were formed to impress women over the past thousands of years. that's governments and civilization was created so that we could be like, hey, yeah, we did all this for you. So can we have kids now? I'm like, sort of diluting it right now, but that's really what it was throughout human civilization. And men felt like they lost the right to rule after the 2 world wars, because a Christian nation like Germany, it was like, how could they, commit the atrocities that they did during World War II and World War I? So men basically took a step aside after World War II, and we were basically like, okay, we're going to let women into the workforce, and we're gonna give women basically the same standing as men, and we're going to treat them like men. And look what has been fucking going on ever since the 1940s. Now, women are trying to be men are trying to be women, and then, the birth rates are down, and everything is so fucked up nowadays. And I blame the cowardice of men from the 1910s. I don't even blame women. I blame the cowardice of men from the 1910s, because we should not have placed that upon women. Women are way too important and significant in human civilization to put them in a nasty business like politics. And that's why the 19th Amendment passed to begin with, because men were cowards. Men were cowards with placing that burden on women. I might be repeating myself right now, but what was I getting at? It was basically undermining the natural order of things. The natural order of things since caveman days. And I feel bad for women that those men placed that upon them, and that's why we are in the situation that we are in now in 2022. We need to go back to those old school days. I don't give a fuck if people say that's impressive. Oh my God, Braulio, that's impressive. How dare you say women should not be in politics? Blah, 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 bullshit. I'm not even saying that. I'm saying we should not place that burden upon women. It should be strictly something that men should take the burden upon themselves to, deal with, for lack of a better term. That's why society is so insane. But if you say that nowadays, oh my God, you're a misogynist, blah, blah, blah. You hate women. I don't hate women. I love women. I love women. I don't want to put this burden upon women. I don't. I can't be a mother. I can't be like, be a nurturer. I can only be a man. I can only be a grown man, and I can only raise a child with discipline and with restraint, and showing them how it is to deal with the real world. And women are there to nurture and care and comfort and all that. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing oppressive or sexist about any of that. There's not. Fuck what you heard in the goddamn news. There's not. Women have the greatest fucking job of all, being mothers. That's why I love women. Because I don't know what it's like to give birth to a child. I only know what it's like to raise a child. Kind of. I have nephews and nieces. I don't have kids of my own, but I have nephews and nieces, and I was in part for raising them. I digress. A different story for a different day. But that's why we need to repeal the 19th Amendment, because we should not place that burden upon women. We really should not. And I mean, they're already talking about fucking sending women to war, signing them up for the selective service and all that shit. Women shouldn't be involved in all this shit. They shouldn't. They need to... the government. Fuck the government. They need to just, go back to just the original job of females. Being a mother and raising the next generation. With the help of men. That's it. That's not oppressive. That's not sexist. That's not misogynist. I don't fucking care if you give me shit. Because it goes against the whole feminist blah 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 boss babe bullshit. Alright? And to close this out, the men in the 1910s that passed the 19th Amendment, they were basically like, when they did pass it, they were like, okay, we're going to pass it, but you're on your own and we're not going to be held responsible for the consequences of us passing this in the future, okay? So we're just going to give you this. Just leave us alone. Fuck those men. Those men were cowards. And they should have never put that on bottom women. Ever. Anyways, Braulio's out. Peace. I love women. I've always loved women. And yeah, Braulio's out.